11 kids are okay now after some quick thinking stopped a runaway school bus. It happened Wednesday afternoon in Aitkin County, Minnesota. And as you'll see, a deputy's dash camera captured it all. The bus driver was having a medical emergency and just couldn't pull over. Local 12's Sheila Gray explains how deputies came to the rescue.
It was one of those things that you don't see every day.
The 11 kids on board had just finished another school day in Isle, Minnesota, and were on their way home. But this would be no ordinary bus ride. The bus began to weave, catching the attention of a sheriff's deputy.
She first saw the vehicle, crossed, weaved within its lane a little bit, and that time she thought something's not right, and then, as she turned her lights on trying to stop it, then the weaving became more pronounced.
At one point, the bus, traveling at about 40 miles an hour, goes into a ditch, almost tips over, and then somehow drives back onto the road. The deputy did what she could to warn oncoming traffic.
Getting around the bus, into the opposite lane to alert vehicles that were ahead of the bus, that there was some problem, on the roadway there to get them to, get out of the way.
One driver had to put it in reverse to avoid a head-on collision, eventually maneuvering into a driveway. A state trooper finally used stop sticks to get the bus to stop in a ditch in the town of Glen. The bus driver, 68-year-old Scott Gilbertson, was immediately rushed to the hospital. Thankfully, no kids on board the bus were hurt, but they were in shock.
Shook up. I mean, that's not something that any of us would expect when we hop on in any vehicle, let alone a school bus.
Sheila Gray, Local 12 News.
Now, the kids ranged in age from 6 to 14 years old, and some of them called 911 and others called their parents during this incident. It lasted about 14 minutes and covered about 5.5 miles. And once again, the driver had a medical condition, but there's no word right now on how he's doing.